We'll focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
Earlier today, Suits actress Meghan Markle married some unemployed dude who still lives with his grandma.
The carefully constructed facade of Meghan Markle's victim-to-victory narrative finally cracked this week. Not in the pages of a tabloid or a royal biography, but on live television, delivered by none other than Saturday Night Live star Colin Jost in what may go down as the most brutal 3 minutes of comedy ever aimed at the Duchess of Delusion.
Elon built electric cars, he's going to Mars. Why is he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
As the Weekend Update anchor dismantled the Sussexes' entire grift with surgical precision, joking about their failed Netflix deals, their hypocritical privacy demands, and even their cringe-inducing jam venture, sources close to the couple report that Meghan was left visibly shaken and in tears after watching the segment. And while the usual Sussex sycophants rushed to label the jokes as cruel and below the belt, the real question isn't why Jost went so hard. It's why it took this long for someone in the mainstream to finally say what the world has been thinking for years.
This is what happens when you bring the first black woman into the royal family. She looked at Harry and she was like, "You need to get a job."
For those who missed it, Jost's Weekend Update takedown was a masterclass in exposing the Sussex contradictions. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just announced their latest Netflix project, a show about how much they hate doing Netflix projects. He deadpanned, before adding, "It's called Victim Complex, the musical." The audience erupted in laughter, but the real sting came when Jost turned his attention to Meghan's American Riviera orchard brand, quipping, "She's selling $75 jam while lecturing about income inequality."
He thinks we're all animals and that she's helping us with jam and honey.
That's like Jeff Bezos hosting a seminar on workers' rights, except Bezos actually knows how to run a business. The jokes were brutal, but what made them so devastating was their accuracy. Every punchline was rooted in well-documented Sussex missteps. Their endless complaints about media intrusion while signing $100 million deals to exploit their royal connections.
They were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things. After 6 episodes, I wanted to attack them.
You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, When? Because your family like stupid, and then so are like journalists? So you hate journalists. That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the royal family. Right. So you're a journalist. Want to be normal people? All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines?
Their performative activism while living in a $14 million mansion, and their baffling insistence on branding themselves as relatable underdogs despite being two of the most privileged people on the planet. And while Meghan's defenders will inevitably cry, misogyny, their default setting whenever criticism can't be spun as racism, Jost's humor wasn't gendered, it was earned. Harry didn't escape unscathed either, with Jost mocking his legendary aviation skills, a reference to the prince's cringe-inducing inclusion in a list of living aviation legends, and his documentary about how hard it is to play polo when you're a millionaire with no real job. The reason this particular roast cut so deep isn't just because it was funny. It's because it normalized mocking the Sussexes in a way the mainstream media has been too timid to do.
President Trump also announced a new trade deal with the UK. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
No! No! I refuse! I'm sick of it!
For years, outlets like The Cut, Variety, and even People have treated Meghan and Harry with kid gloves, recycling their PR spin as gospel and framing every failure as a misunderstood reinvention. But Jost's segment shattered that illusion by treating them like what they've become, a joke. And not even a particularly clever one. More like the kind of joke that starts funny, drags on too long, and leaves everyone wondering why the teller hasn't read the room yet.
Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
Racism was a big part of their decision to leave, which things are bad at Buckingham Palace if they came to America to get away from racism.
This shift matters because comedy has always been the canary in the coal mine for public sentiment. When SNL starts openly ridiculing someone, it's a sign that the cultural immunity they once enjoyed has expired. Remember, this is the same show that avoided Meghan material for years, likely out of fear of backlash from her powerful Hollywood allies. See Oprah, Tyler Perry, and the Suits fan army. The fact that they're now going all in on Sussex satire suggests that even the entertainment industry, which once treated Meghan as a progressive icon, is finally acknowledging what the rest of us have known.
To know how brown the baby was gonna be.
Concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
That's not racist. Even black people want to know how brown the baby gonna be. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
According to insiders, Meghan's reaction to the segment was volatile. One source claims she immediately called her PR team demanding a response, while another suggests she spent hours obsessively reading social media reactions, a habit she's reportedly struggled with since her Suits days, when she allegedly hired an intern to track online mentions of her performances. Harry, ever the supportive husband, is said to have retreated into silence, a recurring theme in their marriage whenever Meghan's carefully curated image takes a hit. But the real tragedy here isn't Meghan's hurt feelings. It's the fact that this humiliation was entirely preventable. Had she and Harry simply stopped talking after stepping back as royals, they could have faded into wealthy obscurity, occasionally popping up at charity galas or launching low-key business ventures. Instead, they chose the nuclear route.
They were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things after 6 episodes. I wanted to attack them.
Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H.
And he'll say M and you'll say H and your friends say M and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it?
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot.
What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
Trashing the royal family in a $100 million Netflix series, whining about being silenced on a $20 million Spotify podcast, and then acting shocked when the world grew tired of their hypocrisy. But here's the problem. None of these tactics work anymore. The victim narrative is exhausted, their business ventures are floundering, and the royal family has made it clear they're done cleaning up Sussex messes.
Ginger, you leave your title because you don't like your 94-year-old grandma? That's the definition of something you wait out.
If you came up with the picture of an annoying, insufferable white woman, it would be Meghan Markle, even though she's not white.
Even their most loyal defenders are starting to question why two people who claim to want privacy keep inserting themselves into the spotlight, only to cry foul when that spotlight gets too hot.
I just think she's crying for sympathy, playing the victim.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
And there's also no sympathy to be granted for this lifestyle that she's chosen to live.
I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
You're never going to convince anyone that you're authentic.
You're right. You're right.
Reality is she's a grifter. Fake it till you make it.
The Brits are onto you. America's onto you. The world at large is onto you.
I'm searching for something to like about her, and it's so hard.
Colin Jost didn't just make a few jokes. He held up a mirror to the Sussex grift, and the reflection was ugly. The tears Meghan shed this week weren't just about a comedy sketch. They were the realization that the world is finally seeing through the act.
It's too much for me. There's only small doses of that podcast I can consume.
Meghan, how are you?
How are you?
I know you always make it about me.
What? Everything they do seems so manipulative, calculated, PR motivated, money motivated.
And no amount of PR spin, Oprah interviews, or overpriced jam can fix that. The story of Harry and Meghan's departure from royal life was initially framed as a bold leap toward independence, a chance to rewrite the rules of monarchy on their own terms. Yet, nearly 4 years since their dramatic exit, what was once heralded as a modern fairy tale has devolved into a cautionary saga of mismanagement, hypocrisy, and squandered opportunities. The couple's post-royal ventures, once buoyed by massive financial deals and global curiosity, have crumbled under the weight of their own contradictions, leaving behind a trail of broken partnerships, public ridicule, and an ever-dwindling reservoir of goodwill.
Ridiculous.
She suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human.
H, that man loves me so much.
Why do you call him H? That's so dumb sounding.
Like, guys, you don't gotta do this. Please, I'm begging you to stop.
I know that I'm a great friend, and I know the kind of mom I am.
The truth is now undeniable. Harry and Meghan's reinvention has failed, and the reasons behind their downfall are as glaring as they are self-inflicted. From the moment they announced their intention to step back as senior royals, Harry and Meghan positioned themselves as victims of an oppressive institution, claiming they sought nothing more than privacy and the freedom to carve out a more meaningful life.
She is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim.
You just can't keep faking it. It's too hard.
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
It's so inauthentic.
You were a bitch. She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that. This is all fake. She was a real hard-nosed LA girl. Yeah. Now she's like this, oh, I'm soft, I'm mummy, I'm...
Leveraging their royal connections for profit while simultaneously attacking the very system that granted them relevance. Their $1.00 million Netflix deal, touted as the foundation of their new empire, has become emblematic of their professional unraveling. The couple promised groundbreaking content that would inspire and provoke, but what they delivered was a tepid docuseries that offered little more than recycled grievances and carefully curated melodrama. The much-hyped Harry and Meghan documentary, while initially drawing viewership out of sheer curiosity, was ultimately panned as a self-indulgent exercise in score settling, devoid of the substance or originality Netflix had banked on. Even more damning was the abrupt shelving of nearly every other project under their Archwell Productions banner. Live to Lead, their collaboration with high-profile activists, was quietly buried by Netflix after critics dismissed it as preachy and uninspired. Heart of Invictus, Harry's passion project tied to his beloved Invictus games, languished in development hell before finally being released to little fanfare, its emotional resonance undercut by the prince's own diminishing credibility as a public figure. And then there was Pearl, Meghan's animated series about a young girl's journey of self-discovery, which was unceremoniously scrapped before production even began an embarrassing indictment of her inability to translate her grand visions into viable entertainment.
The one thing she's dying for more than anything is for us to love her, and she can't get it across the finish line.
I just think she's crying for sympathy, playing the victim, when there's nothing to be a victim about here.
She also is pretending like she's crying. We zoomed in. There isn't a tear in sight. Look at this. Where's the tear?
This is fake. She knows exactly when that happened. The eye search she's got going on there, that's forced and faked, as is the facial expression.
Trying to sell herself as this wholesome mother who's baking cookies and making tea, but we all know that that's not the truth.